I am going to provide you my lesbian perspective on the man in the video. He is referring to himself as a heterosexual man who is light skinned, and he is basically explaining his experience. And he doesn't think enough men are speaking up about how many dark skinned or dark brown black men are on the DL, aka down low. And he says he's never been hit on by a light skinned black man. He only gets hit on by dark skinned men, and he hates that he has to go through this. And I did actually censor his cursing, but you'll be able to hear the message clearly. And I was not able to get the original link to his video because this video comes from a YouTuber named Anton Daniels, and he didn't provide the link. It actually comes from his show, but I will provide the link to his show so you can actually see the content if you want to. However, I'm going to go ahead and play this video clip, and I'll be back to give you my lesbian reaction. I am Giselle Wallace, certified gay life coach and author. I provide my lesbian perspective. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share the video, and follow me on my social media. My handle is at Giselle A. Wallace, and I am on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, which is now called X, and I'm also on TikTok. Thank you for following, and thank you for subscribing.
I can't be the only heterosexual dude that be dealing with these fucking DL dudes. I can't be, bro. I can't be. This shit is out of hand, bro. I hate you motherfuckers, B. I hate you motherfuckers. Straight up, I hate y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say this. Dallas, Atlanta, Dallas, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, and Columbus, Ohio were the three worst fucking cities when it came to DL motherfuckers. At least Atlanta, I was only there a couple of days. I realized, I just can't live here. I'm cool, bro. But at least some of them, or most of them motherfuckers was openly gay. You see what I'm saying? I could respect y'all more. But if you're DL, you're a fucking coward, bro. And if it was up to me, if you was ever caught in a relationship with a woman, you would fucking, like if she didn't know you swing both ways, you was a fruit cup, a toucan Sam, you get murked, bro. Straight up. You're out of here, buddy. You're fucking out of here. I don't give a fuck. Y'all scared to be who you want to be. You're cowards. What's the point in sharing a fucking space with somebody that's scared to be who they want to be? Because, bro, there's women out here that don't care that you're gay, and they'll be in a relationship with you. They can wear the little dildos and bust it from the back or do whatever the fuck they do. They're okay with that. There's women out here that want to dominate women or dudes like you. You understand what I'm saying? Be with them. Don't be with a woman that wants to be with a straight dude. And y'all behind this shit. A lot of these motherfuckers that be hitting on me, bro, like on the slide with families and shit, bro, they got gold in their mouth and they dark skin or brown skin, bro. Them motherfuckers, I'm telling you, them motherfuckers, y'all dangerous, B. I be looking at y'all sideways. Y'all act like the light-skinned dudes with the long hair be gay. Bro, I ain't never in my motherfucking life saw a light-skinned dude with long hair that was gay, bro. Or deal. I ain't never been hit on them. And I've seen, bro, this shit been happening to me since I was 15, bro. Like, I got stories, but I don't think a lot of us talk about that shit. And I'm gonna start exposing y'all, bro, because I can't fight all y'all. There's been times, bro, I busted lips, broke eye sockets. Like, I've really got into it with these motherfuckers, bro. Like, dead ass. To the point, honestly, I got involved into some street shit before over this shit, dog. I'm telling you, because some of them be these little hood dudes, you know what I mean, gangs, bro. Big you. Because I'll die over some shit like that. I'm cool. But I'm just telling you, I can't do it, bro. It's too many of these motherfuckers. And I don't know if they batting averages be too high to where they just super comfortable doing it, but I fucking hate y'all, bro. I can't stand y'all big ass toucan Sam, Fruit Loop ass, bro. I hate you.
The brother had a lot to say. And I will just say that his experience is his experience. Who am I to say that he is lying, or who am I to say that he doesn't really go through what he's going through. And I actually think it was great that he is talking about his experience as a heterosexual man who is a light-skinned black man and being approached or even harassed by black men who are on the down low, who have dark skin or brown skin complexions. The young man is basically saying that he has never been approached by a light-skinned black man in a sexual way. He said he has only been approached by dark-skinned black men who are on the DL. And he has a big issue with it because he says these black men, they usually are masculine and they have an image, like a thug image, like they're from the hood, like they're hardcore. And he said many of them have wives and girlfriends and children. You would never think that they are into men. And he's experiencing this and he wants women to know about it. And he's calling out these dark-skinned DL men about their behavior because he doesn't agree with it. Now, I will say I agree that being on the down low and you're having girlfriends and wives and children and you're deceiving the world to think that you are a heterosexual man, I do believe that that is extremely deceptive. I think it's very unsafe and I think it's toxic. And it also is an identity crisis. A lot of these black men have an identity crisis. A lot of them have internalized homophobia, so they live down low lifestyles. And I don't agree with the down low lifestyle, although I do understand the dynamics behind it. And honestly, same-sex attracted men, if they're bisexual or if they're gay or fluid in their sexuality and they're on the down low, many of these men experience a lot of homophobia from their family, their environment, their community, their neighborhoods, especially if they are poor neighborhoods, if they are ostracized, if they are marginalized communities. What I will say about this young man in this video is I think he has a lot of anger because he said with his own mouth that he hates down low men. I don't know specifically if he hates them because they are homosexual or if he hates them because they are down low, because it's clear that he hates down low men. He's got into physical altercations with them. I wasn't there in his experience, so I don't know all the details, but I will say from my lesbian perspective that you shouldn't be fighting anyone unless they are physically attacking you or assaulting you. I hope that he's not fighting men who just approach him, who say, I think you're attractive, or they compliment him. They basically approach him and let him know that I like you more than just a friend. Because even if the man is bisexual or gay, him actually approaching a man, there's nothing immoral with a man approaching another man, letting a man know that he's interested in him. But where you cross the line is if you're physically touching another person and they do not agree with you touching them physically, especially if you're essaying them. That is wrong. Graping is wrong. Essay, grape, it's all wrong. I don't agree with that. And even if you are just touching someone, just putting your hand on someone, they don't want you invading their personal space. That's where you cross the line. But if you're just complimenting a person, or if you let a person know I'm attracted to you, I don't think that a man, a heterosexual man, should become irate and physically harm that man, because there's nothing wrong with saying who you are or complimenting a person. But once that person lets you know that they are not interested in you, then that man who is gay or bisexual or DL needs to walk away and go on about his business. But if he keeps on chasing after the man, the heterosexual man, then at that point he is out of bounds. He has crossed the line. He is actually harassing that man. I can understand the heterosexual man becoming annoyed and provoked at that point, but still he does need to practice self-control, and instead of like attacking a man physically, he just needs to walk away. You also can report someone if they're assaulting you to authorities. And so, because he doesn't give too many details, I'm not sure all of what happened, what transpired in that conversation that got him to the point where he had physical altercations with these men. But being DL, we know it's out there, it exists. But men will need to realize that we live in a very homophobic society. We live in a world that creates toxic masculinity. We live in a world that will bully men who are not the ideal masculine heterosexual man. And so many of these men, they feel a lot of pressure to live on the DL. And I believe that DL men, they need to be around men who are confident about being gay men or bisexual men. They're open. That way they can learn more about being a same-sex attracted man. But a lot of these DL men will intentionally and consistently hang around heterosexual men because they admire them, they obsess over being a heterosexual man, and in most cases they end up being around toxic, homophobic, bigoted heterosexual men. And this causes DL men to be even more insecure about being a same-sex attracted man. But hopefully they will get the help they need to love themselves and embrace themselves. I recommend therapy and life coaching. I am a certified gay life coach, and I can be contacted. My website is www.gisellewallace.com. I coach same-sex attracted people. And I believe that living in your truth is healthy, it's liberating, and it's your right. You should be able to live freely and openly as a same-sex attracted man or woman. But that's my lesbian's perspective on this young man's experience. Here is a clip of the YouTuber Anton Daniels, who originally had the clip of the fair-skinned, light-skinned black man who is heterosexual and talking about his negative experiences with down low, dark-skinned black men. He gives his thoughts about black men being gay or bisexual or DL. And as a warning, it may be triggering to some because it may come off as being homophobic or bigoted and giving the idea that being homosexual or being gay is a problem or an issue. But I want to go over what he says, and I will give you my lesbian perspective in just a moment.
I don't know how black people got so gay. I don't know how that shit happened, bro. Like that wasn't a thing 20, 30 years ago. Like, of course, it's
it was a
always been
trend.
gay people, but this shit is popularized, bro. It's celebrated.
Yeah, it was a trend. Like when soon as that shit started, soon as it was like a thing where you come out the closet, man, that shit just spread like wildfire. And that's the way it used to be presented. You know what I'm saying? Such and such came out the closet. What? What does that mean?
So
You
you don't think
gay?
it was always a thing and it was just a secret?
No, I don't think it was as big now. I think
No,
that
it wasn't. It wasn't this
when you
crazy.
see older
It wasn't
men,
this
for
crazy.
example, and this is maybe just me when I be like traveling and shit. When I see older men that's gay, I see older white men that are
Yeah.
gay.
Oh man, I was just about to say.
I
Well,
don't
every
see a lot
man.
of older black guys that be holding hands, being forthcoming. That is a, and I'm not saying that it ain't older black guys that ain't. That is some new shit with these younger niggas, bro. Older white men live their truth. Younger
Very
black
true.
men are becoming obsessed with this shit.
Yeah.
40 and younger.
You heard from the YouTuber Anton is basically saying that he believes it's a new thing for black men under the age of 40 being gay or being DL. And he uses an example of where he says he only sees older white men who are openly gay and in couples relationships with men. He says it's rare that you see older black men who are openly gay and in a relationship with a man. And he thinks that the younger men are now being more open about their sexuality, but it wasn't like that 30 plus years ago. He's saying that, but it's a contradiction to what the purpose of the video was of the young man who is light skinned and heterosexual, explaining how he experiences a lot of dark skinned black men on the DL always coming on to him and how he hates it. Keyword is DL, down low. Down low is something that has been going on for a very long time. And what is happening is a lot of people who identify as heterosexual in the black communities, and there are some people who are same-sex attracted who are guilty of this because of the brainwashing over the years and years that you go through where they stigmatize you for being gay if you are a man. It's considered inferior. They think that you are less of a man. And so, of course, if you come from that kind of environment, you're going to hide your sexuality. You're not going to be open about it. So the young man that was explaining how dark-skinned DL men always approach him because he's light-skinned, he says that they do it and they have wives and girlfriends and children, and nobody would know or suspect that they're gay. Well, there's a reason for that, because they don't want to go through the harsh treatment by being open about who they are, that they are gay men or they are bisexual men. So they do it on the DL. That's the purpose of the DL lifestyle. Dark-skinned men will hide their sexuality. Antoine is saying it's new for black people to be gay. It's not new. There are some people who are feeling more confident about coming out as gay, but there are still many people, there is a subset population of people who are on the down low. They will never come out. Or if they do come out, it's going to take some time for them to get to that point. As I said earlier, a lot of black men who are on the DL, what they do, which reinforces their down low behavior, is they hang around a lot of heterosexual men. They don't hang around openly gay men or openly bisexual men. And they need to do that. And I'm giving you some life coach insight. They need to hang around more gay men and bisexual men who are confident in their sexuality. They are positive young men or older men. They have a healthy self-image of being same-sex attracted men. Because if these down low men would hang around same-sex attracted men who are open and confident in their sexuality as same-sex attracted men, then they would learn that being a same-sex attracted man is healthy. They would learn that being a same-sex attracted man is good. And they would know that the life that they think is doom and gloom is not really doom and gloom. They only think it's doom and gloom because these DL men are always hanging around heterosexual men. And in most cases, they are attracted to toxic, bigoted, homophobic heterosexual men. And so it reinforces their shame. They stay closeted. They stay on the DL because of who they choose to hang around. They need to hang around men who are confident in being same-sex attracted. It actually is mandatory that they do so, because then they will develop a positive self-image, and they will be able to be more liberated and more peaceful. They won't feel the need to live on the down low anymore because they have developed self-love and they have established relationships that are healthy with other same-sex attracted men. Now, they can hang around other heterosexual men, but they need to make sure that these heterosexual men know that they are gay or bisexual, and these heterosexual men need to be supportive. They don't need to be homophobic. At the end of the day, DL men, they actually are very codependent on how other people view them, and they need to work on self-love. They need to seek validation within, not without. They don't need to rely on another person's opinion of them in order for them to live in their truth. The Black family, the Black communities, the majority of them are going to stigmatize Black gay men or anyone who is gay, whether you're white or Black or male or female. But they'll probably be more harsher towards Black people because they don't really think Black people are gay. And that is delusional. But they really don't want Black people to be gay. They really don't want Black people to be gay. That's the bigotry. That's the homophobia and the biphobia. I am Giselle Wallace. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share the video. Follow me on my social media. My handle is @GiselleWallace. And I also have a channel membership, which is called the Premium Tribe. It is a paid membership where same-sex attracted people or people who identify as LGBTQ+, we commune together. I provide topics, information, and resources that benefits us as a community, and we learn and grow together and maintain our authenticity. If you are closeted, if you are DL, or if you are openly lesbian, gay, bisexual, or LGBTQ+, you are welcome to join the Premium Tribe. I am here for you, and I look forward to you joining the Premium Tribe. Have a beautiful day.